Well, we think that the last 12 months has really been an acceleration and a tipping point on a lot of fundamental trends that we've been seeing over several years. So we are seeing really the end of the PC-centric era, where we're seeing declines in shipments of PCs from all the major PC vendors in the 10, 20, 30% range, really dramatic shift. As people shift, consumers shift their attention to mobile devices. So mobile device viewing is up, mobile video consumption is up. If you look at mobile viewing overall, if you look at online video overall, that's up 30% year on year. But online video on mobile devices is up 300% year over year. So it's a really dramatic and fundamental shift of consumer attention towards mobile devices. So with that, we've got a pretty dramatic shift of the technology stack. The Flash platform was a fantastic set of technologies, a fantastic stack of technologies for the PC era. But for the mobile era, you've got two new worlds that we have to deal with. One is HTML5 for the mobile web, and the other is native applications for iOS and for Android. And that's the world that we have to cover now. And we've seen a transformation in the last year where a lot of the things that historically were possible only on the Flash platform, because it had built up not just a technology stack, but an ecosystem, are now becoming possible on HTML5 and iOS and Android. So for example, in the last year, we finally saw the mature delivery of advertising technology for HTML5 video. So we can now deliver pre-rolls, mid-rolls, post-rolls, overlay ads with HTML5 the way we have historically with Flash. Or on native apps, where so many consumers are spending their time, being able to deliver content with DRM and multiple DRM for different devices, being able to deliver content with advertising across different advertising networks. That's now possible as well. So we're seeing a real shift from the PC Flash era to the mobile and native era, and with that, a real maturation of the technologies like HTML5 that make it possible. So we think that there's going to be continued fragmentation for a long time. The fundamental shift is from the PC era to a consumer device era. And those consumer devices, right now, the center of heat is with smartphones and tablets. That's where there's a huge amount of viewership occurring, a huge growth in viewership and monetization occurring. But rapidly emerging is another set of technologies for the digital living room. So you've got smart TVs contending against OTT boxes like Apple TV and Roku, contending against game consoles like the Xbox, all for sort of mind share and control of the digital living room. Right now, it's hard to pick winners. In the smart TV space, Samsung has a lot of leadership. In the OTT space, we have a lot of conviction that Apple TV and its integration with things like AirPlay on the iPad and the iPhone give it a very strong position if they decide to make the big move into investing into a more complete TV strategy. And then in the game console space, we're seeing things like the Xbox really having dramatic rise, not just in gameplay, but in video consumption across the device. And so we're going to continue to see fragmentation. It's hard to say in 5 years what's going to control the digital living room. But that's part of what our job is at Brightcove, is to make it easy for our publishers to target a wide range of devices in this fragmented world.
And just one follow-up on the Xbox. So it's not as easy as the Roku. I mean, it's a little bit more complicated. How is that going, and how are you helping customers?
Sure. Well, it's not just that it's more complicated from a technical perspective. It's more complicated from a business model perspective. Right now, it's not an open internet platform in the same way Roku is, or the same way many other platforms are, where anyone can build an app and just put it up in an app store. So it's still a velvet rope. Right? You got to get an invitation and a golden ticket from Microsoft. We expect they're going to open that up over time. I'm not speaking on their behalf by any means, but we expect that will open up and we'll see a continued emergence. Right now, there's only about 50 approved apps on the Xbox, although a lot of great video experiences are happening, and quite a few of them with Brightcove. So we think that will open up over time, but that's more of a business model question for Microsoft and its ecosystem. In terms of how do you make it happen, we've been able to work with a number of customers who are able to build experiences on top of the Brightcove APIs, all of our cloud-based services around encoding, ingestion, the media APIs, the analytic APIs, in order to take advantage of Brightcove Video Cloud delivering to the Xbox.
Tell us about Xbox and maybe one of the implementations you guys have done.
Sure. We've worked with stars, and in fact, we showed it at last year's Brightcove Play. They might have been the first using Brightcove Video Cloud together with the Xbox. They built a great front end for viewing this rich Japanese anime content, mangas and anime. There's a really passionate audience around that. They've got a really successful channel, and they're able to deliver that to the Xbox using Video Cloud and a custom front end that they built with some help from us talking to our APIs. So that's one example. We're seeing quite a few good examples, but that's the one that's public right now.
An unlimited number of programming channels would emerge from brands and from media publishers that would distribute that content directly to televisions in the living room over the internet without the traditional methods of broadcasting cable and so forth.